Hi everybody, what's up? My name is Sarah and I have type 1 diabetes. I kind of discussed in the previous video about different places to put your site, so this is kind of along a similar concept. So when I first got type 1 diabetes and I was switching over from injections to insulin pumps, and that will be a different video I'll do too about the differences between the insulin injections versus insulin pumps and my experience with both of those. So pretty much when I first started on the insulin pump and I had to change my sites and stuff, I'll talk about like what that process was like. Changing my sites and getting used to it. Like I had mentioned, to switching around the area where you put your site sometime, especially when you're younger and you're getting used to, especially as like a young kid and stuff, and I was trying to get used to the insulin sites and taking them off. So pretty much what I would do whenever you're changing your insulin site, you always want to wash your hands, obviously, and use an alcohol swab to prep the area. And then once you take off your insulin site, wipe the areas. And then I was mentioning the concept of Neosporin too, to try to eliminate scarring as best as possible. That's actually something that they would always check me for whenever I would go to the endocrinologist. They would always check my site area. Wherever I put my site, they would ask me, they'd be like, where do you put your site, to sort of check for potential scarring. And I never had any, because of like maintaining that and trying to eliminate that by moving around the area and not putting it in the same place. I can attribute it mostly to that, like moving it around. And also, again, like properly like cleaning the area like I mentioned before. And after site removal goes, when you're removing your old site, when you go to change your site and you're looking to remove your old site, what I would do to eliminate the pain, pretty much would use baby oil or something. People would use like different things. So again, I don't really recommend this baby oil. Like if you're using the Dexcom G6, for example, let's talk about sensors for a second, and you're using baby oil, it might not be a good idea, because I never wanted to do it because I didn't want to ruin my transmitter or anything. Again, I purely used to use this for insulin sites. Now I'm just kind of used to like taking it off, like, and it doesn't really bother me as much anymore. So I built up like a tolerance, I guess, to like peeling off my site. But before, when I was first getting used to it, I would use baby oil to loosen it, pretty much. And then other people do too. You would just like take it off in the shower instead or something with the soap, and it would just kind of come off. And I would also try to time, like, when I had both my sensor and my site at the same time. So when I first started using an insulin pump, there were no such things as sensors. I had to check my blood sugar like manually and stuff. But now that both exist, the sensors and of course, when I have my sensor and my insulin site on the same time, I try to time them together so that way I could take both my sensor and my site off at the same time. And they call those oh my god. And they call those naked showers. I mean, that's what it's like actually called though, because you don't have like your sensor or your site. Like there's never a chance where you don't have your sensor or your site on. So that hence the term. But while I'm on this topic, I wanted to talk about this one time though too, actually, where one of my Dexcoms, actually, we have to be careful with like insertion in general, and this doesn't typically happen, but one of my Dexcoms got jammed in my skin one time, so I actually like felt, and then it got locked there, so I felt, I don't know if I should be telling this story because it's actually kind of terrible, but it felt as if the needle got jammed in my skin, because usually you're not supposed to feel that part, it just goes straight in. But this actually got jammed in my skin and it wouldn't eject, and it was just stuck there. Like I asked my sister to come and help me take it off my skin for me. I was like, Rebecca, come over here. I think it's stuck to me. Can you help me? Like stuck there in my skin. But I haven't had something like that happen since then. And then like I've mentioned too in previous video, it got out. But so again, this was like a freak thing. This doesn't typically happen. Girl, please excuse me if I'm coming too strong. with. When I was in Nashville, my sister and I were doing, everybody was just like vibing to our song. There was this couple getting so into the song. They were like really dancing, like aggressively. Okay, and I was like, wow, I didn't think we were even that good. Like, I can actually sing, but like, you know, like, no, sing and stuff. I was like, bro, like, chill. Everybody was like really vibing. I don't know, we brought like a different vibe. I think it's like Latin music. Like, everybody just loves like Latin music, and I just found this one bracelet today. It's like, if you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed, or something. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, woke up and found it. I started praying to St. Anthony, and I couldn't find my stuff. I was like, jeez. It was like, and also too, I bring my juice boxes because, like I said, since you have the fast, like, if I go low, like, directly after the blood work or something, or if if I need to have it, probably have to cancel, but like right after the blood work, so I can have my juice just in case I haven't had breakfast or anything. It's 9 in the morning, calm down. Okay, so whenever I get my blood work, it's like a tradition that I have, something to eat after. That's what my mom and I used to do. I decided to get a bagel, and I have it from this place called like burgers or whatever. I was like overwhelmed with cheese options, but I just said like plain because I didn't know what else to pick. Like, and we have a fridge right where the treadmill is. There's a pickle before I hop back on the treadmill. I heard the story of these people that had like a mini fridge in their room or something. I don't really know how I feel about that. Putting food in your room, it, like, low-key, it sounds like a cool idea so you don't have to get up. Or just keep some like little drinks like water or like whatever. Ooh, I'm gonna get a little mini fridge for my juice boxes. Now this is a great idea, I'm thinking. I'm also gonna get my eyebrows done, just like, okay, so I'm not sure if anybody is like invested in the eyebrow conversation. I mean, I personally, I find it interesting, but anyway, you could either like I just got my eyebrow. That was it. Also, on this week's story too, I reached out to a long lost best friend that I had. I mean, we were like best friends like in middle school or something. And then I don't know how I found it, but like I went to an email that I never like look at to be on it all the time, and I happened to stumble across this message from her that I had somehow never seen or something, and I was like, I don't even know how I missed it. And I felt bad because she actually messaged me a couple of messages, and she was like, oh my god, this girl's like probably like a jerk or something. And I had seen her again when I was actually lifeguarding, and then she had me like write my number on a napkin because I was expecting to see her, like she was just visiting like here or something. So I wrote my number down on a napkin, and well I didn't end up hearing from her, but then I like somehow randomly found her on Instagram because this other girl that we went to school with is following her, and I was like, oh my god. So once I realized that was her, I sent her like a DM, and I had been meaning to do this for like a while. I sent her a message, and I was like, Paula, it's Sarah. I was like, I'm so sorry I didn't see your email from 10 years ago. Like, I didn't see my email, and somehow, I don't know how I didn't see it. I was always on my email that I had there, but it was from her dad. So I think I like, for some reason I like missed it. I don't know how that even happened, but like if I like the last name I would have recognized, but somehow I did not see this email. I reached out to her, and I was like, you won't believe it, you've been on my mind, like I can't believe I even found your Instagram, but I didn't see this email from your dad like 10 years ago. And like, so we like, she like is from Poland, but we like live down the street from each other, so she was coming here, like she went back to Poland or whatever, and now she's there again. But she was like, I'll let you know when I'm in America, like let me know if you're ever in Poland. I mean, I have another Polish friend too that like visits like Poland like a lot, so I mean, maybe, but I thought I'd let you know. My friends, when I was telling them the story, they were like, oh my god, this sounds like one of those like sad movies or something, because you guys like kept missing each other. But I was like, finally, I was like, I don't even know if she's gonna see this message, because she's not even following me on Instagram. But like anyway, so that's what ended up happening, and I have my friend again. But like, as smart as I am, like somehow like I miss these things sometimes. I don't even know how, but like my dad always jokes. He's like, Sarah, one day you're gonna get like married to like a goofy guy and you're both gonna get hit by a car. And I'm like, that's like terrible to say. Remember, I was like so excited about like the Yahoo email and stuff. I don't know why, but like my cousin had one too. Feeding Sebi before I go. How do you feel about this husky on here? Stretching. And he's cool with huskies. My grandma always tells me, she's like, estás poniendo muy flaquita, necesitas comer, you need to eat. And those are like the Hispanic grandmothers, so. But she also, I was watching her telenovelas with her, but it's funny because she doesn't even watch the Spanish telenovelas anymore. She watches Turkish telenovelas, but in telenovelas, God, that accent there, but with Spanish subtitles, because she thinks that the Spanish ones are too risque now. So we were watching the novellas. It was about some like rich dude like in a plane or something, and then, well, I guess he's Turkish but was visiting Brazil. But yeah, he was like some rich dude in a plane, and there were people like in the Amazon rainforest or something. I'm not good at like I'm not good at racket sports. This is why I did swimming. No hand-eye coordination. It's kind of hard to be direct to like drive it, then it's professional wakeboarder. Skateboarding champ. Maybe I'm not a ping pong champion, but I got 1,047.
How they do that, but
Rocking those pigtails.
You're the first person who have gotten me. I was caught off. I was.
Wow, Michelle.
I was caught off guard. You liberated me. I've met my. Let me see who. Now I really gotta walk in.
I gotta tell you,
The lime one
is
is gross, by the way.
What? Sudden death.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Rebecca, I'm busy. No! I can't believe I Wow! No! Come on!
You know who I'm gonna be for Halloween? Magic Mike. It's pretty easy. You grab a tie, and then you wear the backwards hat.
You're gonna be the Kim Possible or something?
I could probably be Kim Possible because of my EMT pants. They look like
Yeah,
Kim
you probably
Possible's
could.
hat,
I'm
maybe,
just a
like,
virtual.
some-
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the word. Goodbye.